Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome. If this is not your first time, you are so welcome. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through some Linux basic command. So in this video, I will give you some basic command that on Linux that you can do as a beginner. So this video you find it helpful. If you're not also a beginner, you can check some other cool stuff that I have uploaded. So now let's get going. Now I'm currently on my Kali Linux machine and now I'm going to teach you how to create a file. To create a file, you have to use this command. Okay, nano. Let's say I create a file, ilearn.txt. Let me write hello, hey. When I click on Ctrl S and Y, the file has already been saved. The file has already been saved. If I decide to click on Bankili, you can see the file right here, ilearn.txt. This document has been externally modified. Do you want to reload it from disk? Cancel. So now this is I actually created a file like this, ilearn.txt, which I deleted. So the reason why that error pop up was because I've created a file like that before. So now what I did here has appeared here. So now let me move on to the next. If you want to look at people that connected to your Wi-Fi, you can actually do this. Okay, what am I doing? Clear. Let's say I click on sudo net discover. What sudo net discover actually does is it looks for IP addresses that connect to your network. Let's say 5 or 6 people connect to your Wi-Fi address. All of them are all going to, you know, appear here on the screen. So take a look at it. This IP address is connected to my Wi-Fi. That is why it appears here. It said at MAC address. So if you have like 10 device, can actually appear here. So let me click on Ctrl C. You can actually do this on your own to see how cool it is because I don't want to spend time here. So now let me tell you another cool command. It's not actually a command, but it's kind of like some kind of like helpful. Let's say, for example, you want to know a file that exists on your Kali Linux machine, which is your visual box, and also you want to know a file that doesn't exist on your visual box. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to show you through a single test. Let's say, for example, yeah, okay, let's say we created a file ilearn.txt. So now let me click on nano ilearn.txt. You see what this actually does? A file like this already existed, ilearn.txt. But what if I decide to do something else, something out of the book? Let's say I decide to do nano I L E. You see, I'm trying to you know to write down ilearn.txt, but I decide to put something else that is not ilearn.txt. You see that the shadow of the text has decreases. If you take a look at this first one right here, nano ilearn.txt, the ilearn.txt is sharp, the white is sharp, the color which is the white is actually sharp. But if you write a wrong file, it's not going to be like this. This is an example of how to know a file if a file is wrong. Okay, let me give you another example. This sounds complicated. Let's say, for example, I click on ilearn. You see that the more I write ilearn.txt, the more the shadow of the text, the light increases. You see, I click on dot, the light increases. So if you are writing a text and the shadow, the light of the text increases, just know that a file like that exists in your computer. If the text, for example, appears something like this, I arrow, you see, the light of the text has decreases. That's to show a sign that a file like this does not exist on your system. But if I try to put n dot tst tst sorry tst, you see the file is ticked. Let me remove something else like ea. You see the quality of the text has decreases. So when you're trying to type something, maybe you are in a hurry, you save the file, give you can have this advantage. You can use this to your own advantage to know a file that is not existing. Let me try something else like what will I do now? Let me say uh, hacking hacking.txt. You see the file did not increase. The reason why it did not increase because something like this is not existing on my computer. Let me go back to let me give you something cool, right? Let's move out to Bankili. You see this file right here, basics.txt. Let me decide to type it. Nano, okay, nano basics. You see, as I'm typing basics, the color is now identical to this. That's a sign that a file like this exists in my system. You see? So what if I decide to, do something else? Nano, let me try something else. Basics.txt. You see, something like this doesn't exist. So these two, what I'm actually telling you is actually a very simple information, but you will actually find it helpful, not just in opening a file, closing a file, like other things when installing a GitHub repository, you can actually use this like a lot of things. It will help you a lot, so you won't spend time on some unnecessary things. So now I've taught you that. Let me move over to the next share folder. What's the share folder? Share folder talks about share folder. Okay, what's share folder? Share folder talks about how you can share folder. What it actually does is it links your computer to your machine. So anything you do on that folder appear on your Kali Linux machine. So I'm going to tell you how you're going to do that. So now when I click on this device, okay, shared folders, okay, let me add something here, something cool. Let me use a normal file. Let me choose a file from here. YouTube Studio. No. YouTube Studio. Good. Ew. Okay, let me click on select folder, auto mount and make permanent. Let's see. You see, it has appeared here. When I come here and I love you.txt, oh, that's cool. So now let me click on, is it YouTube Studio? Yeah, good. I love you.txt. So let me decide to create a different file on my Windows machine. Okay, create a file. I learn. Okay, you see iLearn.txt. Let's check the other page if the iLearn has appeared. Okay, you see iLearn has appeared. So now you can actually do a lot of stuff here. Like anything I do on this file is going to appear on my machine. Anything I do is going to appear on my machine. So this is another cool features that you can actually do. So now let me try and look for something else, some other